Abusame Samu akwaba bi mfamra Amanyosem dwumade so original TV fan edu ayatentam panyofo adu omadwa ewa ha sei oba mensa nifa so a Yira Jonathan Adams ono ene yesamufo panyinima ensamchire dwuma ya friend 24news.news ene o fidue mu ha as usual Friday waje ne white last week dey na ase bibi wom but ene white no minko bisa because SMP openo chemfifi Yira ya sanitano political analyst on so serious design ata no hu nanim no tin se wadidi mu pa ene Thursday na openu otoso list we na poku kisi na kisi poku edi no na ye kisi poku anate poku kisi poku openu oda good governance advocacy group osa eka Arise Ghana convenience penifo mo leading no so eka ho bi penifo mo madwoma makwaba
yeah bro
apome de Mesha se fanfira 1 minute onam kromo ba kromo tesen ye de mbesha ha no pamempie ye de na koso krom
krom de se na wonim no bibia boko nanso the talk of the day and it's call IMF and there are a couple of strikes also and I say industrial actions that is going on and so when I'm from there those are the major things I mean we are seeing and apart from that and so one major thing I'll be want to say oh okay say economic situations in this country is going down day after day and basically no these are the things I'll be observing but you know there's this hope say at the end of the day no Ghana will stand strong. Ghana will come out of these old things.
Amen.
And then be stronger than what we know before.
Amen.
Yes.
Okay. Yira Sani.
Yeah.
Promote saying.
Promote nye.
Obani Suato.
Dabi.
Okay.
But a chance Suato na juri ateche. Efi wi asafa na nyina na be. The system na say I say two na utie mu a so wo yire ho pansa na obahwe enye ya normal ebo aidin na complaints obi to me at the car ekosi baabi na ebi anansa kra na ontu ye ono wane ka a lot of people have parked their cars these days what they ahwe krom traffic some time back compared to today no and nobody was a traffic no I know from power because diesel and said it was the cheapest among the fuel products no and that 1 gallon actually 60 Ghana cedis also I stand to be corrected
yeah
70 Ghana cedis
60 yeah.
Right fuel ankasa so yentumento enti time na yesren crofo taxi drivers 1 gallon and na nyina Land Cruisers aye 1 gallon the whole Land Cruiser because I automatic no to go to me pia e your friend say cable and wireless na yen to me pia na de so fi wona asa obe ndey na say ye soma me yakoto fi wonti obi e wo ho no de omo kofo gallons ibi fm omo taxi buy ya omo de kwakoto petrol e de be ukam system ne nye na de ma e ha adwe no so say a population of 30.8 million na esika pudu a efiama no ne ene omamu a sanke kura ne edutumi ehwe ho ayentumi hwe ho yaw I can tell you for a fact say so yan hwan to normal yiwe ansi sa situation and as a trajectory where ye namu na obi kan sento kwa besi engine chinye dachi
okay
and it is very worrying for our future and now me no ka say efena textbooks ya print a be cool mrekura nkola akọ school amakwan mo samba nti enye the mefa na machia ahwefo nyina adwuma ko fareba machia agbesese gbefia ene eti
Eti.
Na
say ya chama we metima hye adwuma ase.
Na agbese empa no me hia bi sa empa no de me hia bi manka na meboa. Na
the oba pa eti ya chama we start work.
Sa empa no me hia bi.
Nana.
Sabe.
Ajoy.
Yeah, bro. Ekromu nye. Omampani akufo anim guase na amanfo di ho nkomo. Okrom. 24 si wodo anodo ngre bi ngo. Ete baabi ansa na me sori aba na debater ekoso. Eye owura bawumia ya enne Nyankopɔn aboa ma nanim agu ase a wadi amia ho asem na ne yeka. Amemu yade a eyade kitua bi ya ehia se obekɔ ho suku akɔbɔ mu degree na wabu man sebi etese de sebi papa ne ne ma ne ne yere etie enya de ayeden ne kofa ba se obefa bia ba ma abusuanya bia die no ena eden na se yanyeje to emfama na hweso na fa bu man na se eno ho animguasie se itimi kanwa eche se eyade a abeye hu enu nti no obi si tworo dodo matwa megide se yebekɔ in details
Sure.
na emom no ansa na yebekɔ mu no obi a mfantu ne bafo se ade a akufuado ne bawomia ne wono a omo ne omo bu man ade ye aban dada no wabra no omo nim anything about governance ya ne wono a yedi sika pudu a eso chen de de ama man nyina ma omo nanso omo timi di yakɔ IMF obi afantu ne bafo se pani kasa se wo de wano dongra ebi ngo no no kure.
Okay. Quick one, men kind 2-3 message pe na fe yen share yen komonase. Me share say free sanita no to get ready. We say good evening Original TV. Our president goes to church. I say is our president go to church? If so, I will not go to church again. One back from Takoradi or the way at the Aba. We say please let me know if planting for food and jobs is for only the MPP people because I can't see anything planting for food and jobs. Yankee Eddie from Takoradi or the Aba. We say Sami. Germany have 8 years plan ahead in order to help their citizens. UK has supported the vulnerable during this era. Ghana government, led by Akufo-Addo and Bawumia, only have 8 years to break the eight. Which kind of leadership role are these old mafias playing? War zone countries are thinking outside the box. We are indeed in a blah 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 hole. I'm Geshan from Olibu Ablikwano. I say good evening. Today, my contribution to your program is a suggestion. In fact, your program would have been more in-depth to us if it were to be one-on-one since it's late hour program. The interjection from your panels sometimes get unnecessary. Adams, Edefree, Tamalino de Abba. We say good evening, Honorable. Please, let us be sincere with ourselves. The $77.5 billion Nanado has received, which he can show Ghanaians any Ghanaians any completed program. If Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is alive and receives such an amazing amount of money, how would we see our great nation? Where are all the resources, the money we have? We near Ahinkan Edefe, Ahinkis. And already we are brave. Here are some measures and free her. We are in IMF. At the end, they do baby. I do CCA. Now, at the end, I'm Ghana for expected from this IMF bailout program. 15 minutes.
Yes, you know, much. Alaji bi o hachu. I am person bonidin.
12 minutes first one.
Okay, I am person bonidin wo radio so nti alaji. Echia o sawo hwe dia na masan chia ne ho kanfo agya mo echia mo pa na ma chia
efikasie state
ba chia saliki awala echia one ne cruise ne nyina wambo mu nyina mechia
krura saliki krura
yes
ya so the krura na ka
na ma chia menua mienu Listo and Joe. Sammy, so me kwanya as part of my contribution within the time now with the amendment. I mean kind the entire IMF. Ya bedru omo nche na ya ne omo eto kese.
Okay, within your time.
Na baby a ye kwa nyina eye bibi a nkrofo bi etran baabi ebopo. Say ye nwene Ghana na mamuo no Ghana sikasem Ghana fapem. Na yemfa enwura ya busuam. Na anka ye na sese ye di Ghana so. Na nso ye nya so ni sese ye nya akwanya ne die. Sese ye bibi e fata na se bibi e hia no matter what means. Na yemfa ntwe Ghana sika enko ye fie. Otherwise sika pudu a ye nya bebrebe yi. Aka menji di se bedu babi adu. No ma wo kan ho nyina ya babi a menim se eyade a ma trumpet saa ene babi a Tunisia fo omo nso mo kra ede ben wheat efi Ukraine na ntokwasi ho nti ede na omo ye omo dua ye wasase yantam da ho da bia meka populist approach na wo di institute NAPCO Nation Builders Corp yembisi ya ho se ede na nation no mo building. What part of this nation has NAPCO built apart from feeding on the purse of Ghana? You see, many of them are at home. Areas that will claim is sectors. What have been the impact on the economy? Instead of investing in areas that will pay for itself, we decide to give monies out free like that, just like COVID-19. They thought that they would never get there, but you see, this is the Ajapadia document. The document that gave birth to Ajapa. This is different for Japan. This is Ajapadia document. This is the document that gave birth to Ajapa. And if you read this document, what do you forward in the crop? My janto baby, na me page 3. Na me starting in paragraph 2. Me time more until. Or say. May skip paragraph 1 because it's the introduction. But even the introduction is damning. But paragraph 2 of the introduction will say, our agenda for political dominance would hinge on our financial might. We therefore need overwhelming control of the key economic growth pillars of Ghana. A group of people.
But let's also say they have denied say this document is not from
you see, them. When we are talking about this document, the issue of denial.
So I think you are out of order.
Okay. You see, the issue of denial.
No one has denied it.
Yes,
nobody.
And you see,
okay.
Nobody, no opposition member will go and sit down and write this document. For what? Into what they or say. Such dominance would assure significant inflow of resources to finance our political blueprints. Our control of key economic and financial sectors would give unparalleled leverage in the periods we may not have direct political authority.
In the period that they will not have direct.
As I said, making sure say, Omobaye nuoma economic pillars and I say meya Ghana is careful banning no omonsa ebetumi asom said ye baye say omonni power kra omo opposition no they can sit back and manipulate any government that is in power to their advantage because omo kra economic pillars no what I say with economic power we could manipulate the system to generate an unfavorable economic situation enough to make any government of the day not directly under our control, to become unpopular. The importance of a significantly large and stable financial firepower to finance the execution of our political and economic control project cannot be overemphasized. But I'm calling paragraph 2. Was phase 2, sorry. Phase 2 was overview. The first phase of the economic and financial sector control was to be implemented in the next first term of office. As we get closer to the end of the first term, we have set the ball rolling regarding the objectives set out in our first document. You see, or maybe I will need development plan. Who fail? That is how Kwame Nkrumah succeeded. The previous administration, in their wisdom, commissioned the NDPC to come out with a 40-year development plan. Said a baby woman. About we buy na omowie ni mo eton se mo yewura kwesi botwemo e wako president man parliament o musa de call o mampena kachi o Flagstaff House o mo de call mamo o mo ato atwen baby. But we know they have their blueprint, and that is what they are using to work. So in their own small corner, they are succeeding as against the population of Ghana. Into was say the phase one of the economic and financial sector control was to be implemented in the next first term of office. As we get closer to the end of the first term, we have set the ball rolling regarding the objectives set out in our first document. There have been difficulties, largely due to some pitfalls on our part. For example, the control of the electricity sector could have been handled better had it not been for the greed of some of the non-Achim elite we had included as cover. Again, the ways some CSOs obtain vital information easily about the Ajapa project has resulted in them wrong-footing us and emboldened the opposition to jump into the fray. We should, however, find indigenous ways to overcome the opposition. Yeah, where you kitu wabi o. That document way, what kind of ubesu? Now, what can so you understand why we are where we are? The money lost to Ghana is not in the 10L. It's hiding in people's homes. It's hiding in people's accounts. It's hiding in people's companies. What is interesting is that the money so lost to Ghana. So what can say what they call omo banks now? Omo banks, so they are not all saints, and they are not all Achems. So definitely leakages will come out. So these monies, for what I envisage, are hiding in people's bankers. And Crawford, the CAC. What can I say? You try 100 Ghana, you try 200 Ghana. Yes, sense can you be saying who says Ghana you try and they don't want a war system anymore. IMF for years after bastardization of the previous administration, say I call IMF. Your friend say, you're going to be watching that. Obe kasati ya IMF aye call him. Abro nye be can say the previous administration nyansa ba kokra poni wo mutim nti no mko IMF no. Your friend say almost every single person, indeed Dr. Bawumia himself, the vice president, His Excellency, also came out to criticize the IMF bailout. If IMF gives us this particular bailout, it means that the NPP has taken us twice into IMF coffers. Do you know that? Because the first program that was supposed to end in 2018, they extended it from 2018 to 2019. So that was their own IMF, even though they had criticized that one. Now they are going for another bailout. So it will be their second time of going to the house of IMF. But I am sure the IMF itself, in some way, administration way, I can't far to the extent that the finance minister, whom I believe should be sacked, or also can say to go to IMF, they never, because we have everything enough to ensure say Ghana will be independent from IMF. And indeed, when they claimed that Omo winning Omo self, Omo trouble nufu, and also Omo Ghana nufu fi IMF, Doko watch any in China market who say Omo ye party first in the history of any African country. Say because you are not going to IMF, we must celebrate. Now, what I would have loved is that just the way Ken Ofori-Atta were here at town hall meetings trying to convince people to buy into the E11. IMF, they should conduct town hall meetings to seek views of the general public, say, should they give the money to Ghana or not? But I mean, I'm shocked that World Bank, IMF, you give money to this particular government and they misuse it and you keep on giving. Again, I would have loved, say, IMF would have somebody to do a PowerPoint presentation of the things that they said about the IMF from the previous administration through this administration, their criticism. Now, when you say PowerPoint presentation, now, say, do you deserve to be given a bailout? Yeah. As we speak, in the midst of the war in Ukraine, Russia, Ukraine has started laying pipes to US for gas because Russia is not supplying them gas. That is forward thinking. Even though the bombs are dropping, they are constructing a pipe to US to tap gas from there. Omo export has started about 3 weeks ago, right? Ukraine supply ammunition. In normal Ukraine, we have competitive advantage between woman is now supply Ukraine. Aluminium you must think of starting something. We say NAPCO 100,000 individuals. As we speak, most of them are at home. What would have been better if you had grouped them into, let's say, 100 each? Maybe I'm a 100 each, 100 each. So therefore, say 5 would be a monshare 100. So what do you want to know? What's the Charlotte? Big crack. What do you want? Irrigation. You claimed of one village one day. You go about the irrigation. Now, say every 100 of you are going to cultivate 200 acres of land. When you cultivate, the government is ready to buy. Your share in that particular farming system is 30%. Can you imagine, say, a NAPCO 400, or more cultivate about 200 acres of land, and more, and as a wheat. Now, Omonim say they are shareholders. Yeah, within 3 months, and more, and I say wheat, you be dria wo memhano. The best spot to be a Ukraine for. But we are not thinking. Their own members are at their wit end. Omo bisa say, e ba ne say, and a programmer na enka any manifesto mo. Planting for food and jobs. Mo buy na afterthought, mo de buy 641 billion Ghana cedis. And I'm the shame. Omo ankasa omo crofo e bisa say. Why would you put such monies into such a project? Not the results is abysmal. You must have first. So Baba could turn machines as you don't buy anywhere. You had the added value to it. You didn't do it until you had the guts to come and tell us, say,
after 1 minute.
You had
your 15 minutes, 1 minute.
So in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that me, I'm not against some call IMF acquisition. But as a Ghanaians must open their eye. Now you're making sure that there will be accountability. But of course, we know they are going out. So whatever they do, they think that they would not be accountable to what to their mismanagement. We will one day let them account for it. Just like they hinged their thinking on COVID. Your friend say e-levy. Say e-levy will bail them out of almost every sector. Now where we are, where is e-levy's input in the economy? So yes, IMF should scrutinize the actions and inactions of this administration. Now you're making sure say, the strictest conditionalities will be applied in terms of say because I do not, and I will say it with emphasis, I do not trust Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and his nephew or so, your friend say Ken Ofori-Atta, in managing the Ghanaians' affairs.
Mame
cousin.
Okay. Mame can message now for me call Yera Jonathan. Was it good? Yes, good evening, Samuel. When you do an investment, you'll start seeing the impact from 5 years going. So we're now seeing the impact of Akufo-Addo and Baumia's government. All that they were taking credit for in the beginning of their government was someone's achievement. Ima Edifrita Krade. We say, please, good evening. It's a good evening. Yenya Kojo Amora the Fresreso at the January, but say, please host. This super incompetent government told us that they have men. Now where are the men? I come and see a the school, common classroom, chair. They can't bring it. Please tell Dr. Aduchum that at the people catch Dr. Aduchum say at the Jap for Echiachiano. Ya mankwa miracle Akitu any Pastor Samoa was watching Amanyosem. We say hi, good evening. My name is Safo from Sunyane. Was say Ekuadonko would have ruled this country more better than this government of MPP. We say please, good evening. My name is Amora Stephen. I say, where is John Mahama? Come and collect your stone. Where is Mahama? Come and collect your stone and help Ghanaians. Greeting to all teachers in Adeja DAGHS. No, they are by that say. The second time I did was a good evening, panel members. I'm Abdul Mugiz from Ashie. Or say I wish the IMF would just tell this government to go fix their attitude, because when we, the first country, asked this government to fix the country, they told us to fix our attitude. So the IMF should just deny them. We say, hi, Hunter, with all that you read to us, can President Akufo-Addo, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Kanu Furiata, and the like do what Boris Johnson did? No, they are about good evening, Mr. Hunter. So, when would you dress like an Ewe man? Anyway, you are looking great. Mr. Paul, Erife Santa Maria no Daba. Adam me come chrome, me trust me come chrome. We say, ye fugu ni we de nonko. Ene ye say atade fita na e hye wase no. Eno akra ha se do moto na nya papa. Impese chrome pu akasa na kotona me de eba. Ankejara na hemisa. President Abase, Uncle Hunter, please, I want to ask this question. Does the president, his vice, and the appointees watch or listen to radio? A. Obisa say yenua yeboa aguna swedo no do efri ediaba. Mo bi kwatena radio su no nka asem na nompa. Ye nkonkofa no a. Na no bi kwatena radio si ka asem ya friend na so nkotua 10 million. Ankejo.
Sami
15 minutes. Then dia bedu ha say na IMF dia na expecting from.
Yo, Sami. Na IMF. Sisia, me can say IMF for Chrome ha. I shall say discussion with government. Say
Yesterday.
And I understand say by 13th, they have a whole week to have these discussions, to scrutinize whatever they want to see. Now, by 13th by next week, be concluded. But already, no, so sure, you start to say my predictions already. Say, after Omwa concluded, no, they would now give us say indications say omobe mayes kana na so omo mayes kana based on whatever ombe hu ewo books no based on their assessment. So the loan that we are intending say yakwa kofa wo IMF die enya dia ebeka say is a foregone conclusion. Enya dia ebetimi aka say because the officials of the IMF are in this country having discussion China na say ene omuwie discussions na eno an say loan no ewo ho there be enye bibi sa Sami say as I sit here, for me, I'm totally against the IMF thing. And last week, the cashier will say, look, I'm totally against this IMF thing. Why? Sami say, oh, share. Sisia, we have gone to IMF for bailout. For if this one goes through for 17 times, say we see 17 good times. The last time we went to IMF now was somewhere 2015, and the IMF on my $918 million dollars. Almost 1 billion under President John Mahama. Sami, the reason why America says, sir, IMF bailout, no. And this sika omo de cheyo, sika omo de maye as a loan, say a bit you are back. But question I may be say, we have gone to these people, or we have gone for this loan for 17 or 16 good times. And yes, kakitwa. But and ne ameno ka say, obetumi akire me niama ye betumi point out say, sa niama yi and I boy as we go for the loan. No. So for me, no, I think say the 17 good times, no. the essence of say yebeko akoji loan no is to let us say yebitumia move it out from a certain predicament. A problem be a wo ye pese ye fan solve our problem no. And it's a wakoji loan for 17 good times and I say 16 good times. Na sadia na uguso ya. Why do we think say enu na ye solution for this country? I don't think say we should go for IMF loan. One, the second reason is that all those kind of no. The last time we went was $918 million. This particular one we are going for, although say omu conclusion no, omu assessment and all that, to tell us how much they are giving no. The projection is between 1 billion, 1.5 to 3 billion. So my projection no, averagely say a $1.5 billion. Are you telling me say a country like Ghana, which is second producer, largest producer in Africa for cocoa and gold, we can raise 1 billion?
Gold, Kratin say we have overtaken South Africa.
No, we are the second largest in Africa. We can raise 1 billion. We are first, right?
Yeah, we have took it.
So we are first today, first largest producers of gold, cocoa, and we can raise 1 billion. Then what kind of leaders do we have? What kind of leaders we have? We can raise $900 million to govern this country. Then what are we doing? So that every other timer, they say, yanko IMF, yanko World Bank. You know, my sad moment is just recently around the COVID. We have IMF giving us as much as 1 billion.
2 billion. First one.
Together
1
with,
billion.
yeah. Okay.
The money came in 2 tranches. First one, 1 billion, another 1 billion, so 2 billion.
The question I want to ask is, what do we use those monies for? Because that sikana no, that one self is not a loan, no. To just assist a country, a developing country like Ghana, to come out and asset to combat the problems associating with this COVID-19. No. And then yet hoy, yes, few months after no, yes, and you know, the noise, the most annoying thing is the noise about this IMF thing. I think we shouldn't even discuss it. Because it looks like, say, a panacea for solving every other problem when we are giving the money. But how much money are we going to be giving? 1 billion, no. 1 billion, and that's a 1.5 billion. And already, no. Do you see the line up of industrial actions? They are all asking for what? Cola. Give me that, give me this, give me this. So for me, I'm telling you, say, the sikano on which media maye. But by the time maye sikano, the problems that have been lined up alone is to just distribute the money back to the people we eat, and then
one thing about IMF program, they say, one thing about IMF program, they say, they don't just give you the money. They share homegrown policies, and Yama who do their work on Akas or the best survey. No matter was okay, this a bay. Okay, I have we here 1 cedi. They give you that 1 cedi. No matter also the 1 cedi now, they also what they who we are, who co so that they give, so the money will come in tranches. And at the end of the day, no, while project happens or the year the boy man, now they won't give you that physical money to go and do.
Sammy, this is what is on the paper. And I maybe say, if that is what IMF is doing. Baby Sasa, we have gone to IMF for bailout. This is not the first time, and we need the last time. we've gone for 16 good times. If these were the technical support or mumaye, these were the advices or these were the support or mudemaya. Adentina for 16 good times, you know, ya kohono. Yen to me who say indeed the man is omudia maya no, and no na support way, and no na support way. The people would obviously go for the money. Our leaders will go for the money, and at the end of the day, omu use it for different things.
Okay, once you are Kosovo Okano, I'll give you some slide about IMF.
And
to the Kosovo I'll give you some slide.
When you look at the project, and also when you look at the money, sir, Sika Yakuji or IMF, and a project, and I say Niama Akosono, I don't think say it's supposed the fact say Yenko for another bailout. And Sami, having said that, no make say if we are not going for bailout, what do we have to do? One thing that we have to do, they say, I think say we have to look at one of the policies, ebeye homegrown policies. Say, ebe to me abuaye, I resist that same money, and I say more than that, ebe to me abuaye. Indeed. You bet me support your economy locally than say you be always pointing out. And do you know what? You may have reservations. Anybody can have reservations about the fact say about way introduce you homegrown policy like e-levy.
Okay. Just 1 minute of your time to set that record straight. This 2015, according to IMF, the program on the Ghana, no, this was the output. See Ghana's economy on the mend. The trade and budget deficit are narrowing. The space, so program no narrow a debt deficit. The space of economic growth is poised to raise to 8.8% in 2019 from 2.2% in 2015. And indeed, we saw this growth in 2017. And also, the inflation rate is projected to fall to 8% from almost 90% in 2015. And indeed, 2017, you said the inflation also fell. Cut to wasteful spending made room for much needed social services such as free secondary school for 28 million people. Ghana's 28. According to IMF, that program on the buy no, and my government in the cut a wasteful spending. And it's in a ban buy with Minyaska a year free SHS and on Cronba. Offices all add up to the higher incomes, better job opportunities, and more purchasing power. Still, Ghana remains largely reliant on foreign finances, exposing it to swing in the investor sentiment. Maintaining fiscal discipline will also be a challenge. And so this IMF program, the Maya one, Ebuama ya kanano sustainability ni timinya baby ejinai. Ebuama inflation conform. After my economy grow by 8.8 almost eka no. Ebuama wasteful spending. Conform it timinya be the finance free SHS. This was the outcome of 2015.
And they preempted what had?
Yeah, they preempted. They preempted.
Yeah,
Oba has here. I know Akano, as I say. Ebuama program national. See the trade and budget deficit are narrowing. The space of economic growth is poised to raise to 8.8%.
Which year are they talking about?
This was 2015.
That was the last IMF.
Maybe
Yeah,
2015 to 2016.
No, 2015 to 2018.
2015 to 2018.
Yeah,
that
3
is
years.
what I'm saying. The latter part.
2019.
2019.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Extension.
Okay,
That,
when
it
extended.
should be 2018 because
They
it
should
was a
have
3 year.
ended.
Yeah, it should have ended by 2018.
Yes.
But the fact is this. What I'm saying is that around 2016, 2015, 2016, that was when they are talking about all this. Basically, they are talking about this because point in say there was improvement in our economic situation. Is that not it?
Sure.
But can you tell me, say, around 2016, 2015 to 2016, Ghanaians were feeling better? Ghanaians were not complaining so much to the extent, maybe? Okay.
Yes. That's another question.
Yes. Was this thing they given us, this statistics IMF is giving us, reflecting in 2015, 2016, reason for which government, NDC government was voted out? So what they are talking about for me is just a paperwork, right? whatever they are doing, whatever they are telling us, does it reflect on the ground? No. The complaints we are having today, the economic situations we are having today, were almost similar to what we had in 2015, 2016, into elections, right? So whatever you are saying, whatever we are saying, no, whatever we are saying today, no, for me, we need rather to look into that what programs, what policies are a better local, na a bit me solve a problem, than say we are relying on an IMF program, IMF loan, and at the end of the day, no, and solve issue in my head. You know, for me, I feel sad again. Say, the last time when I think on Friday, government announced say Omu call IMF, and Ghana call IMF, and then on Monday,
wrap up 1 minute.
On Monday, a banner say, indeed, almost say IMF officials are in the plane coming. Then you see, the saddest point for me is that Mr. Mahama, for me, who is aspiring to become the president of this nation.
The former president.
No, he's also aspiring to become the president. He also going to give us a solution. Is hedging the government to go for the IMF bailout. I mean, it tells me, say, why? The leaders today, they don't have any solution for this country. They don't have any solution. They don't have any solution. And you know what? I was thinking, say, at the end of the day, this particular e-levy thing, for me, the levy, if we have handled it so well, because indeed the projection of the e-levy was that if in 2022, if it was handled well, we could have raised about 1.1 billion.
6.9 billion.
6.
That was the first projection. And it was revised to 4.5 billion.
That's it. So we could even raise almost the amount that we are talking about today.
Okay.
So Nabi Fele say, indeed, this reliance of loan from IMF, no, and why?
Okay.
16 times, we have never seen any good results. So let's move away from there.
Okay. Yenya Banasco from Nugo say now every member of the MPP is defending. I wonder what team they play, trying to change white to black with blame games, but it is obvious mismanagement of fun. Very good evening. My name is Tony from Dome Osinanado to stop drinking Calipu. We see my name is Benjamin Hansen Tadi. I say I'm shocked. $903 million a single year. Shame, shame, shame. We say good evening. Please, can you ask the MPP guy where is the money World Bank has given? World Bank give to them. We see. In fact, I don't have words to describe MPP. They are just total failure. James from Boga. We say good evening, Hunter. Before you started your program today, you show us some governments are supporting their citizenry financially to mitigate the hardship brought by the Russia-Ukraine war. In Ghana, Nanado and his henchmen are rather making life very difficult for us by mismanaging the economy. Oh, Nana, Moses Kaswa. We see my name is Kobe. Please, I always hear Ghana is our motherland. Please, can someone help me? Can someone help show me my part, and I will sell it to I'll sell it and migrate to seek a greener beginning. Akufo-Addo and his squad are expert in stealing than any other armed robber I know. And we are suffering from this government, MPP and Nanado, to stop deceiving us. Nana, 15 minutes.
Dedi Kain, IMF, Adia, per my understanding with Akufo-Addo, Bawumia, Oforiatta, Kusibuafo, and Japan, and a host of others. Ekua wa mobra na woko join. Na maka message su biem aban a Akufo-Addo daano no eye akromfo ene ewudifo ene oma komuti apam ho ene oma beje abanwa no omo bo oman ne kro no ena omo ewia yen etutu ye botom ena omo wie nso a owifo se ne o ma na o mewia na onkum na onsen no nko ana oye no omo wia yen a omo kunyen na omo asasai oman no. The last time Ura Mahama ade call IMF, I disagreed with him. In fact, I remember sending me to studio ewo Munti FM. And we can say media Bretton Woods institutions no the way acquired to say a new colonialism. And a idea to kwashasi and no menye a fan of it. However, the son said on my Ghana, Yina yadi ya hwa kodom sa nkuwa no ana nku ekua kese ni nyina no yesefata se bio ahunyehi aba di ani yebedan ye ni ahwe sa nkuo no enu nti enya ade anka mepe nanso oman no nyina aka ye ho abom se ye be kwa akodon sa akuo ni de sabi mesa ni hwan de nti amempe no ba ko pa ni se akoye se isan se unim se uwon si achi ba bi nti no abribia no sika bia ye de be ma o se hweso na fa ye oman yie no o hweso yie na wase no because unim se wo bibia sabi o ode ho betimi akodede akoto
to de den a
kofo bi na mo ya advert om say a cushion for life unim say wo cushion nti no ye jaw free soro kra behwe fom a because say wo cushion nti no o mo obra yi say o ma me ne o papa wo sika na se sabi bibi e koso abonten wo do ho kodwan a wo nheda anwe ho because wadwen ye o say o we den a sabi ma mi wo sika na papa wo sika nemo oba obra ti se obi a sebio oni bia ema ototo onuoma yie ehwam husu yie wo ye onuoma nyina ti se aboa nwa onyini a ena obedani tope meboa enu nti ena mempe sa institutions no a ewo wiase no de tosumienu ade a ebema Ghana ni ebedi areho ne ene se empanifo a omutu franka omu kan nsem a na eye dokodoko ya eso wasumu a etese de esebi owo ede ne tekyerema enu wasum na wo de hwese wo de takrampo enu wasum ne de na owo aboa owo ede ne tekyerema enu wasum
mu apai mienu
emu asa apai mienu se ade bi a no yentimi nka na ensem omo kan nyina se utia kamya ye se omampani a wa free abanwa ne so a Akufo-Addo abedi na ade no se wo ka obi a wa bon ewu wiasim ha pa na wo sign ne ho a wonya bi wo ka obi a oye osaifo a wasai oman na wonya ne subi o ka obi a wantimi amfa koto anya nkwan a na chese Mahama ene yedi inside etene ne so na sene Nyankopon ye ne nsenkyerene no minim Nyankopon a Mahama ode ne ho ato ne so ena minim asori a okọ emse matese ye so okọ Assemblies of God amefa konya we so na menche omunyina se omunyame omusom no oso papa
I am a church member
na bia with time no me try na ma visit mo sorry no
fantastic
because Nyankopon ne yeso ofa ne bo oto ne ntem pa
ofa ne bo on to ne ntem
na Mahama nyame ne de se wafa ne bo no wato ne ntem in fact what turn in term cry speedboat just me who be that and saying sebi preduasa amemu eye ade baako pe ye ka governance I would think we are say and a government way is just about one thing, management of resources being your resources are who do p your human resource I don't know the most important thing, human resource, and you want natural resources ni bi ni den e bi ni de Akufo-Addo ka se tisika so na so come de no gold, manganese, bauxite, iron, any de keka oil ni nyina ye your friends say natural resources and then mineral resources,
even the land itself
ka ho land ni nyina ka ho resources, they are resources. Now you can't say manage resources. I don't think say a country like Ghana, management of resources, a whole task. Any question will be to me. Send them a kai eslousu or say a bosia bo and they manage on my and then the bar wedding fear what you crab it my day. I manage your mind. And yes, I know kai.
Sure.
And it is our brana or mokika sem no. Na me jidi say a togan and nini trim say eba amemmuo ene enhyehyeye ene ntotoye a sene owura mahama eye no etese de sabio enkwala edi forma agro ya ye frɛ no omubo nkro yenso se de ma owura Akufo-Addo ene bawomia sa abre no na ogina simpie bia so a esem wo keka no kyese utimu se opese o kyerɛ sɛ ewiase nyansa nyina sɛ de Akufo-Addo kan no ehye bawomia tirim entina akoba se e wo sese ne Akufo-Addo gina badwam e ka se Ghana fo enso ne hwe no e wo se ye den ye so ne hwe ye mu bia ye nimu no ye a ye ka na asem kire Ghana fo se papa we nyo bia se bi o obetimi abo ono ankasa ne ho bra na wabebo o mai bra man esan se sabre no na ni papa nyo ma odi agya ni nyina waton ni nyina so de bepep mampani adi the kai those times me kasa asem na mo say oh e personal and e ono anaga pade but na me de ye mfato ho say se me papa awu Nyankopon pangu manu sisum na so na se wagya me agapade a na me koton agapade ne se me de agapade ne kobo bra e wo se hu se de edi kan ma faili e wa abrabom e se me papa wan koton ne papa agapade ne o de boss abra no na mum de me papa ye no ene ye se ye nya bi nya dan enka ho na obi a wotimi koton ne papa hotel onu se obetimi abebo oman ne bra ma no na wonu ane bra wotimi abo eno ni me point na me gina so ka kire Ghana fo nyina se sa nipa no yemfa oman enhye ne nsa obeton oman no adi na bra bo nyina be te se obi a ote yete Ashtown yete Amekom yete Bantama Krofrom ye won kofo bi omo ye cocaine fo same cocaine ni opa fa wiase sika nyina ma no wode be kwa akotwi cocaine ade ati a wo na o ma ni sika no obesa de soso abebo tirim o kakra we wo obeje utira nya ekuro besa wia wo phone obewia wo bag obewia wo bibia sa de akoshi cocaine sika ni nyina besa onya ade ba ko pe emfa nkyerɛ wo ade ba ko pe sei ontimi fa nkyerɛ wo because of the sika ni nyina eden akoshi cocaine sa brani bi ena na me caution Ghana for say yan hwe ya ye be keka akeka mafunu akokeka madam pan eno eni ade anu ntina na epoku sabi papa nwoma so nya sabi manu modenti ena anya Akufo-Addo president a obedi na eme ya sabi preduasa obi president obedi sabi ena Akufo-Addo sabi o Nyankopon pangu na manu sisum na so na se Akufo-Addo ni ho biema na we midi bewom enya ni president a obedi na eme ya na emom oman na wo be se no ena na me ka che Ghana fo se nipa boy onu antimi mo ne onu ane bra no antimi abebo oman bra ma no, and I still stand by what I said because I stand vindicated. Same Let me give you an analysis of what has happened. And it will veer into that aspect of cocaine ni subain. Typical example, typical. An addict of nebra obon sanete. Hesika akodi akufado nsem de edi kan. Ghana ha ne etu oil from Professor Mills ebaya bedru Owura Mahama na yetu oil ewo ebura ba akopemu. Oil sika ye nya nyina se na ye 1 cedi a akufado anya ne mohom prensa. Eburu sa na nsuma ye fam prensa no enye emfato ho. Se na John Mahama tu oil 1 well mu a na Professor Mills tu oil 1 well mu a wono nko a tu oil 3 different wells mu ya onya sika se Mahama no Professor Mills no munya 1 cedi a ono de wanya be se 3 cedis eburu sa ba ye fa 3 cedis in example eda ho eno ye oil sika ye nya no se ye se oman etua to ekufado ba ye every stage of our life. In fact, the last time GRA, Ghana Revenue Authority, Bekache Ghana for say, Omajiji sika eye foto your friend is saying, minim saying sikano. Omo exceed omo target by 25%. Sene was saying komoji 100 cedis omo 125 cedis. Let us say a toy jeje no and so to ye ya jeje to na mana broso ohamu chichemu aduonu enum 25%. Enti e to a yetua o man mu no esonte ye tua mana broso. Enti fe no e to no so fato baabi. Uwi a yenkwa bosiabo. Ekufado ba yi wa bobesia abobesia masame uduku ye bowi ene wo chehye wuni wa nyina ode ni nyina akosia wo wa agebosia. Ebi ni den John Mahama ne Mahama ekono na omo jade bi a sebi ye nananom na eka so ye ko jamade bi sade no ye modi won de otudin ebi ni den Esla na wo say di be say enfienum achi no na ye twam because na yes foto a ya boss ye de gigi sika de ato honom na sebi ahoyehi aba ewo fango ebuomu ene ne ye ho ha ye wo fango buomu a yetimi de aba behwan ebo ne so na yetimi de aso ya asene eno na Tomiredu ene Frank Mensa pose obo nwum se wunye sika asie bi o okay so munye sika no ene omukosie bi ene omu asa nyansafo mienu John Mahama ne Professor
sa anwum ne tati susubiribi
ansa na bone na ena achimfo so omusi susubiribi achim ye hwe mane se di we di o ma hwa ma na se asai kra o ma se o ma no atete na pansam kojo to now same so hwe sika bosia o ma gia efiri kroma penso abepim Owura Mahama penso sa nipa aba mu nkroma ba efiri fa ba efreni sen ankra ba buzi aba champon WF kufu omo nyina ba sampanifo nyina ba enyansafo ya me se bebubo omo din amusa to so yi Owura Rollins aba on de na me na nya adwen Owura Kofo nyimdi ni nyansani waba ya waboa ma oman koso obi ehun president Kofo Memu ne fe na obi anim president Kofo Memu Owura nyansani nimdini the affable the young and peaceful John Mills wabako young man here ono so da TV sui John Mahama ono so aba omu nyina ka no ma bebo 120 billion eno kra no 120.2 billion eno mu ja ho Ekufado nko ne ayi ye friend say Zacchaeus Tudini ebaya omu nko asat the last time I check here no omo bobesia 271 billion na me ka to say koke fo so be na ayo nwa why ne be ma 271 billion di be ba be ra o my we mu a ene bi say Ekufado so wasi school we here wontimi nkire ubusa no say wasi gata we wontimi nkire ubusa no say wasi watchman dan wontimi nkire ubusa no say wasi hospital wontimi nkire ubusa no say wasi terminal 3 we wontimi nkire tase kan so o mo say be ra o my we mu same why ne betimi aka che me say 271 billion be ra o my we mu a dollar ebetimi a raise akọ 8.2 Same nobody can convince me say sika we omu wiaye Ufri enu fia Owura Mahama
and Ankatama so about 4 minutes 4 more minutes
Owura Mahama ne mills Okon mamamuo ne president Kufuor memuo bomu a sika omu nyina je ye no is in the range of about 420 billion set war say oil sika say obiya sika omu je ye no is about 420 billion
from Kufuor to
from Kufuor that is 16 years
Kufuor to Atamils
Mahama Kufuor Atamils Mahama 16 years sika omu nyina omu di ye ema bob oman ne ho bra nyina ye about 420 billion eto ka ho loans ka ho bibia ka ho Kufuor do nko within 5.5 years etimia disika eto ni sa bibia no keka bomu a 512 billion Tio 512 billion Ubusa sisi kare we ya ohu baby osika na to Ono so wonye kwan Ubusa the free SHS ni nyina free say you start free SHS no 7 billion etianti free 12 billion na 500 and about 5 billion no we ya ohu Ntisame it's a very simple question Now I will veer into an aspect Who is Gabi in this government? Onu na beka che say kwa IMF. Me tell how abusuafo baako evia oman no. Omu via oman no. Ejapade. Who is Gabi? What is Gabi's name in this? What is his portfolio? To tell the Ghanaians say, ya jeje E11 yenye 60 billion. One ka che Gabi say yenye 60 billion. Mako yes can first week almost 100 million. Meboa. First week almost 100 million. After almost 60 billion. 60 million. 1 week ipa almost 100 million. After a month no almost 60 billion. It be catch almost we are crofo. Ubedi mechinye. Tame, we are not going to IMF because of anything. Nyankopon na intervene for the Ghanaian. This IMF, he may need this Ghana capre. I'm not being a prophet of doom. They will not give Ghana a dime. If IMF give Ghana a dime, it is to their own risk. Because who is Kama Ekufuor obey via. Sika saying Ekufuor look, ABC now in Ghana, say in about 2 years, IMF amount 2 billion. Hey, if that money was in President Kufuor's hands, do you know what Kufuor would have done with that money? Do you know what Mills would have done with that money? Do you know what John Mahama would have done with that 2 billion? Yanko Chinese loan. John Mahama will raise 3 billion. Say no man. In fact, John Mahama's IMF no call no krano. 900 and about 15 is it 918 million no man. One would 300 million. The rest of the money came in Ekufuor's regime. The rest of 918 million now, John Mahama echo IMF almost one of the bemano. One would about 300 million. And about 618 million, Ekufuor don't send the buy. Says kind of way. It is only a thief who will come out and tell you that these monies are nowhere to be found.
And I wrap up.
Now wrapping up, Sammy, between 2015 and 2018, no mo say IMF ayadia sebi enam ayewe yen fe senche na obi a wo ka che me say IMF we ni kwan senka John Mahama kɔ COVID baaye eni nansa Ekufuor do si Ghana fo miensa nya COVID yesi ekura omu ehia omu brubro wo se wa ye economy na gina brane ekura ehia omu brubro na omu mra magisika ehiafo ye asebio omu pom ho omu hu omasnim Ekufuor was the first country Onu tremika eko IMF koje 1 billion. Amama nyina Somalia ka hu. Omo a ehi omo no omo tremika koje o Ekufuor do ne first oman okoje IMF sika. Omo di besie ye se 2020 no sika omo de ma 1 billion. 2021 1 billion sa de ma omo anka maga na ni bi ante. Eche na esibe ye bo abete omo to. Omo ma 2 billion. Nanse Ekufuor do so wako IMF yi oso wako akope 2.5 billion yes sir na 2.5 billion no obi a ya mawo koto wantimi afa anye kwan ho na mfa atechede mrewo oh yete o ma we mu ena se bi ya hwe han ena nipakuo bi ya sabio omuntimi mfa koto nye kwan akromfo bi a omupese omu hwia yen ya omunye nipa sabio omudwin mene wo ho eka ya de na kasikan ko mugye anko de ya bibi papa bi ma o mafo nya so fa so a eka menyini se ko bi betena ba bia kase omampanye ko fa no ye bone enu ntini mesre in the scheme of things media de me ya baako eni se me party a eni magu ase eni o ya pipi ni a e wo se hu se wani magu ase ama akufo do na ma wani magu ase de to so mienu ya me man a medi ho arewo se eti ebeduru mra bia ma 271 billion ye akufo do abobisie ya oni na busuafo a chede ye de baba ye Ghana ni ka na Ghana ni bia unim ka Ghana ni bia de Ghana ni bia de e ka be se 18,000 180 million akwala ya woni nye de saka no na sa akwala na ya woni nye no e bra ben na sa sika ne de abo ama na e ke bi oti Dubai a o se oh ha kura de anwa ni ha Dubai for ya obi anim se Dubai Arab lands ni ho a Greek minister ya no de TV isu yi sika bebreba John Mahama kwaje ba ye Canadian dollar 150,000 million Canadian dollars or kwaje ba se ye fa nse ekuadwuma munye efidijuma no sika ni nyina wadidi eye signboard it is how some ministers see not planting for food and jobs what they are planting for signages planting for billboard and the bepe president edi na say wote ho na say ne yetimi awenam no a na John Mahama nam no na ya ponche nam wa wenam na manaka dompe wo de ye kukuru osono edi na ba besiwa wa we osono na we na so awe ne hwene awe na ivory ni nyina awe bibia fifim ama be ka che Ghana for say ene osono na wa we ne nam ni nyina ama na san
yera asani
enya de ya enya ya
afra
eti mesre oh baby aye duru no aseman no e wo se mu me nyina ya baako
okay
etia nipakuo bi a omo edi oman wei e gura to pre
okay
esan se baby aye duru no eye ni bresa
alright yera asani to aso ho
you see
afra
nanado na brabo no wo se ubedi a kire a ahwe benya heart attack I'm telling you and anything I can say left to me alone IMF and common conducted town hall meetings
and so dey amaso
no almost seeking advice as to whether they should give the money to Ghana or not. I mean that's my because of the Mayanya there's nothing good they will do about it. I will still go back to my Japadia document and I'll tell you the reason why they will not do anything about it.
3 minutes.
Yeah. Omo phase 2 of Omo agenda. I'll read only one paragraph. We'll say this stage is scheduled to commence from January 2021. Given the high likelihood of Ghanaians giving another term to govern this country, this phase would consolidate the gains made in the banking, insurance, and capital markets, into bracket, financial services sector. It will also see to the taking of significant stakes in mining, oil and gas, telecommunication, as well as marine and aviation. The area of general manufacturing and commerce, which was not part of phase 1, has been introduced here.
Did I hear telecommunication?
Yes.
yes
Could it be the reason our government is spending money to cut
Master.
the two kinds of government
Now, you see what they are doing where it is just for a few group of people. And they are using a few non-achims as cover. Now when BB, gold catch have been and say to buy 100 of them. And yet for the country, but it will inure to the benefit.
Gold catcher they do tune for D to Sunana.
There be some machines be about gold.
Okay.
Now gold no who no. Here on say omo can say.
so he wa
Time omo ba ba no. Up to the they gave a date January something 30th of January or so 2017 every license that was issued under Mills Mahama administration for small scale mining was null and void. They should reapply and they have stated it here say omo the member omo ankasa omo crofo and they have listed companies that qualify for that about 300 and what 332
companies
omo ankasa omo crofo. who will be paying dues to them. Now, the Omokan or say the passage of the Mineral Income Investment Fund Act and the setting up of the first special purpose vehicle, a Japan royalties in Jersey, would allow us, acting in various capacities and through our friends, to acquire majority of the stake to be listed on the London Stock Exchange and the Ghana Stock Exchange. The cash flow would be strategically undervalued to maximize our returns. Into gold na ye koto amano no ombe undervalue no. It is a process na aba difference no aba omochaba or city. The cash flow would be strategically undervalued to maximize our returns. We will get a share of the money raised through IPO on the two exchanges through paved way. Paved way is it's a way of paying through certain medium. Encofa Bank of Ghana may even say be so. Now on payment by contract here, I'll do contract mawa. On be inflating no. But they will tell you, sir, this is a sum contract, be at 20 cedis. No, say 50 Ghana cedis. Here they know 30 Ghana cedis. Two contractors who will work on MIIF funded project. We will also get a share of the dividends for our equity holding SPV. By now, document we here, or more or mundi binu or more copy. Because in some women say, what kanya, ube sure magana. A year a group of people be, and on my baby, a kuchiri, our mother bogana chrono. Okay. Our my yes, sir.
Baby, our bar. Can I saw the baby?
Yes.
Into page by page.
Yes. Into what I'm trying to say in a nutshell, I say, sir, I ban you. Young tune so sir, and make sure, sir, 2.5 years we are okay. It's a car about Monsano. Yen be any say, who ni yen share. Say the
Jonathan.
Sammy.
And then I shall form fan chemi. Union Mama sending me, no, 55 message pending.
Oh,
but
yeah, and the MA channel simple. Sammy, Madame for back was so sure a friend no Vincent.
Okay.
Vincent, I will come in a co-university.
Okay.
And then all whom was programmed, no so now say, hey, when so make a squad no one.
I can say you belong here.
Vincent, and I must say me belong here. Sammy, Odem, I think say we've gotten to a stage me problem yeah. We are talking about the symptoms of our problems too much. We have to now find a solution. I think say I disagree with anybody or I can say IMF shouldn't give us anything. Why? Because whether we like it or not, we are not going for IMF for fun. Basically, clearly, no, you have a problem. And whether you like it or not, we need a bailout. Right? Although I don't subscribe to this bailout, no, this is where we've got into. What I think, say, not to hedge IMF, not to bail assist us, but rather say, so omumaya sikasisia no. So mudi loan be maya, omumaya even once it declare, we have to use it prudently. Say, you make sure say every money that we are taking now, no, you be used to the benefit of the ordinary Ghanaian. There will be accountability and transparency of that money that will be given. But as to whether say they shouldn't give us no, then what will be the way forward? Thank you.
Yes, madam. My main 5 few minutes, 2 seconds. Again, that's all Ghana.
I think so.
Okay, again, it's all Ghana there next week. Well, see, good evening, Hunter. With all the education you show us this evening, indicate that the economic hardship we are going through today is all about mismanagement on part of the Kufuor and his appointees. So they should stop disturbing our ears, always putting the blame on COVID-19, Russia-Ukraine war. MPP never again, do or die. 2024 Patrick Kojo Ajuvi, aka Pato, inside a year in Kranka, near Koforudia. Keep the good work. Yeah, that's Papa. I will say that I was upon all the contributions from our 3 panelists, The last one was a bomb. Well, good evening, Ghana. Boris Johnson of UK resigned today voluntarily for a minor error committed. Should we fold our arms and watch this government destroy everything and render this country useless? It looks like we are making too much noise. Let's march to the Flagstaff House and remove him from office. He's a thief. You can't see that. It's a good evening, Sammy. The MPP man is this honest person. Is he saying there was hardship in 2016 as compared to today under this dangerous Akufo-Addo corrupt government? Look, NDC lost power in 2016 because the MPP told lies upon lies against John Mahama and NDC. Recently, Captain Smart apologized to John Mahama and NDC publicly for telling lies about him. JM before the 2016 election, again, NPP has just apologized automatically when they went to IMF. Kudos to Listowell. He's a nice man. He once helped Hajia Mariam and I to fix our car fan belt. Nana, ojuma ye netu yabano. No fix it, will be fan belt.
But Vincent so was sending message now. I won't read
Vincent, hey, and so far message I can
message in those
about 80 messages. And Vincent, Samantimia who message na any Ododoa. Vincent Dodo. Says it must be acknowledged that much as the IMF is not a Father Christmas, they are necessary evil. But Ghana can't continue to squander our economic gains only to resort to the Bretton Woods institution. Lord Vincent Dodoa and Ojaba. I think my kind message depends.
Also,
Abusiafo, I had a debate.
The person me can say, woman arise Ghana, welcome. Your future and a pennyful year, a more general we are saying. The tenacity a young high bedroom living, Menewo at what your nana baby busa a question. I hear you ye. Okay. It's your best Ramo say, Ubia major arise Ghana. Okay. Na yen two at the boy for you, Sosa. Okay. Especially Nipana Ushifitana, Udi Bonnet, Etia Adasan. Umi to Sosa. Now the Bible quotation. Ukaiso bon Sam Ekushia Yesu, Jerusalem, the Pobiso. A brother Coachella come. And was one yarn whom free so. And measure from now on his Yamibajana, and we'll go to Martins and Petrina, Yimuniansa. And it's Yesu. Na Yesu su yi na no sabon samono a we go to Bible and then ono she white no hwe ni ye
abusia list wanana poku ay opening akwankyere forwarder ay good governance advocacy Ghana GGAG ano na mote ne ka no opening o she mfifi yera ya sanita no ay political analyst ay the Ajapa ambassador Ajapade ambassador next week obesa ba beto aso wo be paragraph be maybe
everywhere.
Maybe I bomb. Here Jonathan Adams. Yes, I will for Pinima 24 News and News. We did this among the captain of many animal fancham and man come message. The message never by the dorsal. I said, I'm opinion for no be a genius one. Now, who say I was sending Mamma Tea or Momo Filo or Momo. See my message in Fancham next week. I'll try to reading more. I said, I can call my MCR control room team. And I'm a papa person. I'm doing now. Me keep you waiting. I have for Facebook. And I'm following social media handles in answer that must be dealing someone to the captain of the British. Basically, someone to come and that's what I share our air Amanyosem.